Yizzo, what's going on, everybody? All right. Here we go. Just so everybody knows for the future, this stuff right here, like this that I'm about to talk about, this is exactly what I don't want you texting me with. just so you know, Chunky Chunko is a fucking douchebag, and I'm gonna get into what a douchebag he is, you know. But I don't need to know shit like this. Chunky is nothing. Who gives a fuck about Chunky if he lives or dies? Look who he had to fucking ride the coattails of. You know what I mean? And he's become so successful that he's a fucking co-host of one of the like probably lowest rated YouTube shows in the history of the fucking world. How many people even watch that dipshit show over there? Honestly, how many live viewers they usually have? That's how far you've come since you've been on MobTube, Chunky. You're this dickhead sidekick, this fucking scumbag sidekick. Yeah. You're really doing well for yourself, Chunky. Really doing well. Now, I it's funny that none of you guys know what this is about. It just goes to show me that none of you watch that dickhead show. It's hilarious. Purple Nose Mark, whatever the fuck his name is, you know, he always talks shit. He's always got something to say. He'll never grab the link. The link is in the chat right now. You think he'll grab it? No, none of those pussies from that show will. None of those pussies that like to go on there and do a quick shit talking drive by. You know, they pop up on that dickhead's panel and they talk a little shit about me and then they run off. You know, bunch of bitches. And then they'll never grab the link. You think any of these motherfuckers would come on here and debate me on any of this? No. And Chunky, I texted you. I texted you twice now. First time about an hour ago. I told you I'm going to drop the link for you. First I said tomorrow, then I changed it to tonight. You expect me to believe, Chunky, that a 24-year-old kid who lives with his parents is asleep already? No. No. No, you're wide awake. You're watching me. You're watching me. It would be in everybody's best interest if you'd grab the link. I'll just say that before I do anything else. Okay. And then we'll go over point by point real quick the claims you made, except for the mama die. You can go fuck yourself. I don't talk about your mother, Lisa. Why the fuck are you talking about mine? Don't mention my mother, cocksucker, unless you want to hear a whole lot about your own. Okay? Yeah, who knows? Who knows? 24-year-old autistic kid who lives at home and fucking nags people for a hobby. As a hobby, nags people. Fucking douchebag. So I'm not addressing the mama dying thing anymore, unless they grab the link. I'll debate them on it. Otherwise, come on, bro. How many different ways can I prove that I went out of my way not to make money on that? And Chunko, you know that too. The problem is you're such a dick rider. That Mark clown is like your big fucking brother, and you'll say anything to impress him. You know, but you know goddamn well because you study these videos. That's how you used to make your own videos, right? By studying mine. So you know goddamn well, I not only did I not ask for money, I turned away money. Okay, you're all a bunch of dipshits for saying this. The bottom line is none of you would be worried about my money if you weren't, wildly jealous of me. What the fuck do you even care? What do you care? Let's just say you guys are right. Let's just say you're right, which you're obviously not. I've proven it. Let's just say I did. I decided to come on here and pull on people's heartstrings, and I got some money, which, by the way, I didn't get no money because I told everybody not to donate. Okay. Let's just say I did. This is a subject that's going on now, what, a year and a half? You can't stop talking about. Meanwhile, how fucked up are you people? I could tell you about scams some of these motherfuckers have pulled to get money. Actual scams that they really did pull. How about the fact that your boy Mark just basically tries to be like me? Okay. And now he begs for fucking donations all the time. And when he doesn't get them, what does he do, Chunky? He goes off on his audience, right? What were your exact words? You demean people. He demeans people, right? He demeans people when he doesn't get money. So let's call it like it is. That's all it's about. Okay, if Mark started making $200-300 a show, you'd never hear anything about my money anymore. Nothing, except him bragging that he makes more than me. That's it. That's all you'd hear about. Mark can't make shit. Nobody wants to donate to Mark. Mark sucks. And maybe you got a problem with that too, Chunky. So you figure you'll talk shit about me. And by the way, dipshit, and I'm trying to fly through these points. I don't need to spend a lot of time on you. You've already shown yourself to be such a pussy that you won't even grab the link and have a conversation with me after you talked about me, you fucking coward. You brought up, oh, by the way, I cringe for you, Chunky. Remember you said you cringe for me? We'll get to that. You said that I'm obsessed with politics. Obsessed with politics. So since the election, I spoke about politics twice, tonight and a few nights ago. I do take great interest in politics. I'm obsessed. You know what I'm obsessed with, Chunky? Pussy. That's what I'm obsessed with. Pussy and money. Something you have none of. Okay? You're probably, I guarantee you're a 20-year-old virgin. Guarantee it. I've seen pictures of you, bro. And maybe some other people will soon too. Keep fucking with me. Okay? So, you're talking about I'm obsessed with politics. Bro, you're a 24-year-old kid who never left your parents' fucking house. You still live in your room. This motherfucker's still in his room. When he gets in trouble, they tell him, go to your room. You're talking to me about what I'm obsessed with as a grown man? No, I know. Trust me, I saw your parents. I can pretty much guarantee they're probably Trump supporters. And maybe that's why it bothers you what I have to say. But your friend Mark has a lot to say about politics too. See, this is how stupid and unaware you are, jackass, fucking idiot Chunko. I am an American citizen who lives in this country. And like most American citizens these days, I take great interest in American politics. The guy who's obsessed with politics that he has no business speaking about is your fucking stupid sidekick, Mark. This dipshit doesn't even live on this fucking continent. Okay? And he's concerned with American politics to the point where he does full shows about them, right? Yeah, Chunky, you dipshit. Do you have any self-awareness at all? Because again, while you're talking about me begging for donations, Mark begs for donations. Mark begs for donations. Okay, everybody's seen it. And this shit, I double speak about how much money I got, and then I'm whining to get money. And he said, "You're obsessed with politics." Yeah, that's what I do, Chunky. You're never gonna know my business. If I tell you I'm broke, you're either gonna have to believe me or not believe me. If I tell you I got a lot of money, you're either gonna have to believe me or not believe me. It's none of your fucking business what I got. I like to play games sometimes, and those are the games I play. To make people like you angry. That's what I do. I trigger trolls. You know. So today I could say I'm broke. Tomorrow I could say I'm loaded. Next day I could say I'm broke. Shouldn't matter to you. You shouldn't be worried about me. You should be worried about getting out of your fucking parents' house. Okay? Seriously. Sally, $10. People lying about you pisses me off. Well, that's what Chunky's doing now. You know? Um, he brought up the mama dying thing, which again, you want to debate that, you're gonna have to grab the link, fucko. And I want to see you grab the link and then leave here saying the same shit you came here saying. You know why nobody will debate me on the so-called mama dying thing? Because I will make a fool out of them. And by the time they leave, they won't even be able to say uh, that was any type of scam. And not after a little debate with me. They'll never be able to say it. You guys are all punk bitches. You talk shit in the shadows when you think I'm not watching. And trust me, you're right. I'm not. The problem is other people are. To the person who sent me this, I'm not mad at you, but don't send me this horse shit. I don't give a fuck if Chunky Chunko lives or dies. Okay. And he's friends with Mark. I prefer he dies. Okay. I don't need to know this shit. I don't care. I don't care. This stuff is not important to me. You have no content. All you do is talk shit. Then you get slapped up and then still talk shit. Well, grab the link, Alfred. Yeah, and you're right. Yeah, no matter what happens, I'll still talk shit. I ain't afraid of none of you bitches. Grab the link. Go ahead, Alfred. Come talk shit on here. I have no content. Didn't we go over this earlier? You're right, Alex. I didn't do true crime shows and mob shows and interviews and addiction and recovery shows and put up DJ videos and everything else. You're right. I have no content. Out of all the people on MobTube, I'm the one without the content. You're right, stupid. So I could use that for later. Of course, I'm sure you're using a fake name because you're a coward too. But just in case, I'll find out. Soto, $10 matching Sally. Thank you, Soto. Thank you. You guys notice I didn't ask for anything on this show? I wouldn't want to make Chunky Chunko cringe for me. What he should be cringing at is this dipshit who has nothing going on in his life, who is dirt broke and lives in fucking abject poverty, this Mark dickhead, okay, who's literally sits there and begs for donations and then screams at people when he doesn't get them. And then Chunky has the balls to say that about me. Chunky, I used to think you were an extra smart kid because of those videos you made. Plus, you're autistic, and a lot of autistic kids are geniuses. You're a fucking moron. You're a dumb autistic kid. Okay, you're stupid. So, because the shit you're talking about, I could tell you about your own friend Mark. Everything you're saying here. There's more proof that Mark is a fucking scam artist than me. He says, I would bring up scenarios while you would need money. Chunky said you would bring up scenarios while you would need money, and one of them was the mama dying thing. Oh my God. Guys, bro, Chunky, there has not been a time since I started this channel on June 28th of 2021 that I've needed money. Do you not pay attention? Do you not see me with like $138 shirts on that I've never worn before? Brand new shirts every day, for example, for the last 2 weeks. Very, very expensive shit like that. Do you not see that? You look at me and you think, boy, he needs money. And if you come up here, I want to show you some numbers like what I made in July, because the thing with my mom was in August. So I'd like to show you how I made about $8,700 in July. Okay, so you could tell me how I needed money so badly that I scammed people about my mom. Hey, when your parents took those 2 kids in, because you know what happened, it's that tragedy. When they did that and the parishioners were coming over and giving them envelopes, were they scamming? Just out of curiosity, dickhead. I'm wondering. I'm curious. So there's never been a time I needed money. Let me tell you something. What I've been saying lately about being broke, I'm not going to get too detailed into this. There was a horrible, horrible, horrible tragedy that took place in my family. And by the way, Chunky, since you know I like to pull heartstrings and stuff, that's why I won't tell this story, right? That's why I've kept it to myself and maybe one or two other people. Because let me tell you something. If I told this story, I'd probably make $2,000 on this show, and I'm never going to tell it. Okay. All I'll say is that I had a tragedy in the family because I'm honest and I talk to people about shit. And there's people in this chat who could tell you that they know about this tragedy. Okay. Uh, I could use it. I could have used a lot of shit that I kept to myself. You have no idea. Your boy Mark would use it. But I'll tell you this, we faced a horrible tragedy in this family in the beginning of the month, about 3 weeks ago, whatever. 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks, whatever the fuck it is. 3 weeks ago. Yeah, yeah. And Shanna had to miss a lot of work. And I was in a position where for like 2 weeks, instead of doing my usual 2 shows a day, I could only do 1 show a day. So we lost some money. Does that mean we're broke, that we don't have savings and stuff still? No, it means that as far as I'm concerned, I need to make up for that money. Okay. It's just like, let's just say something happened today and I had to take money out of savings or something. My number one goal until that money is replaced would be to replace it. That's how I am, Chunky. It's part of being a grown-up. But what the fuck do you know? You probably still have a piggy bank in your room. So that's why I'm talking about what I'm talking about lately. You know why I do that too? I would have never done that. In the past, I would have never said, guys, you know, there's been, you know, some tough times in the family recently. You know, things aren't great. I could use the extra support if you could offer it. I would have never said that until about 3 months ago when Gunsmoke made the same claim you did. If you remember, when I did a show about that, I stated clearly that from now on, any tragedy or any sad event that takes place in my life, I will absolutely allow people to donate everything they want, anything they want. No more, because no matter what I do, you'll say I did it anyway. I literally, in tears, told people, do not donate. And then my biggest donor at the time, Shinebox, offered a fundraiser, and I said no. And you've all seen the video, and so is Chunky Chunko. Okay, I said no. So, where was I at? Yeah. Now I don't care anymore. Now, if people feel bad because I'm going through something and they want to donate, good. Because you know what? Even if I don't mention it, even if all I say is, oh, we've been through some tough times lately, but it's all good. We're okay. Mark will be on his show the next day saying that I was pulling on people's heartstrings and I was scamming for money. Okay. Every motherfucker who has made this claim is historically jealous of me. Every person who said this mama dying thing has been historically jealous of me throughout this entire MobTube thing. Okay. Throughout this entire thing. Oh, yeah. He's terrified of William DeMeo, but he thinks I'm the person to fuck with. Very smart. Very smart. Of all the enemies you could have picked, of all the people you could have talked shit about tonight, Chunky, you chose me. Once again, that's how I know you're a fucking moron. Okay? Let me just see something real quick, guys. I want to do something here. This might take me a second, but bear with me. Okay? I'm very patient with you people. You should be very patient with me. You lot, you all. Okay, now we're going here. Emergency. Okay. How is that possible? Am I not in lives? I said, oh, lives. Yeah, now I am. Okay. Just want to see something. This is why you guys should never fuck with me or call me a liar or anything. Let me just show you something. Hold on. Oh, wait. I want to show you guys something. This is the show where I made the announcement about my mother This is the show, right? Remember? August 23rd, 2023. Guys, if I were to show you the lifetime revenue of this video, meaning from the day not just like the last month, no, from the day I made it to right now, what would you think the estimated revenue is on this video? Go ahead, I'll wait. Yeah, ain't that some shit, Dexter? Yeah, well, it's just one more person stabbing me in the back. It's one more regret I have. All you sorry motherfuckers who turned out to be green with envy, I fucking got all you pussies started in here, you know? I got all your fucking channels built up because you couldn't do it on your own. Maybe $20, Melody says, $1.25, Dexter Morgan says. There's the video. This is my YouTube studio. There's my estimated revenue. Can you see it? I don't know how well you can see it, but I'll post it in my community post later. Can you guys see that? Put it in the chat if you see what that number is. Yeah, let me see. See if you got it now. No. Right here, estimated revenue, right here, right there. And now look, I'll do something else. Okay, I'm gonna click on it. Not close. 2810. It says 2618, $26.18. Now, let me ask you guys. You're all my supporters, right? You were all here that night. If I had said, guys, I got horrible news about my mother. If you want to donate, I wouldn't even if I didn't ask, if I just said, if you want to donate, please donate. How much, honestly, do you think I would have made that night? Just out of curiosity. Okay, so look, I want to show you this now. That says estimated revenue, but they'll say like, oh, that was for a month or something. Watch this. So I click on that. Now I go to revenue. Okay, estimated revenue. Let me just make sure. Oh, I didn't earn any rubies. What does that mean? Rubies. Okay, I guess it just doesn't show it that way. I thought it would, but it doesn't matter. It should. That's the estimated revenue, 2618. That's lifetime revenue. Okay. Now let me tell you what the breakdown of that is. Live ad revenue, 70 cents. Live ad revenue. What's does it say about supers? Oh, there you go. Live performance since published, 2618. 2618. Okay. That's super chats. That's everything. Let me just see. There, if you think it doesn't include all that, there's the breakdown. This is lifetime. You see up there, it says since published. I'll post these pictures. I made $21.98 in supers and gifts, $3.50 in memberships, and 70 cents in watch page ads. So basically, according to them, what I did is I put my mother in a terrible karmic situation where I just made up a lie that she's, whatever. And then I put on a big show where I cried hysterical. It looked like a bitch in front of everybody. And I had Don on and Robert B. and all these people on trying to console me and talk to me and give me advice. And I was taking advice from the chat and all that. All that so I can make 2618. Now let me see something here. I don't know if I could do it this way. I might have to go into my Google AdSense. Let me just see something. I don't know if it'll let me go back that far in here. No, it'll only let me go back to September. But I'll show you guys this. This is my Cash App statement for July. Cash App. Only. Not Super Chats. Not PayPal. Not Venmo. This is my Cash App statement. For July of that year, 2023. I'll post this too. I know it's hard to see, and it's not those big numbers in green. It's in black under it. Under it, what it says is money in 1,967.99. Now here's something interesting. Money out 2,367.99. That's crazy, right? So not only in my Cash App alone did I make $2,000 the month before this horrible news came about my mom. Not only did I make 2 G's just in Cash App, but I had enough already saved in Cash App that even though I only brought in 1967, I was able to withdraw 2367. It's crazy, right? It would almost seem like I didn't need money at all. Chunky, grab the link, fuckhead. Grab the link. Come on, let's go. Stop being a pussy clown bitch. Grab the link. Wouldn't it seem that way? God damn. Now, what I'll do once I get all hooked up with my Google AdSense is I will show you guys my income from YouTube for July. I'm doing July because this happened on August 23rd. It wasn't a complete month. But whatever I was making in July, trust me, I was going to make the same in August. I guarantee you my Super Chat income for July 2023 was about $3,200 for my Super Chat income. $2,000 in Cash App, and just think, there's this guy named Tom Sheehy, right? He donates through PayPal. How much you think he gives me a month or was giving me a month? How much would you calculate? Just him, not to mention the other people that donate through PayPal and Venmo. Chunky, I haven't needed to make money since I've been on here. Don't get me wrong. Let me rephrase that. I need to make money because I use money to pay for everything. That's how it works, at least here in America. Okay. We need money to buy food. We need money to pay utilities. We need money to pay the mortgage. We need money to pay car payments and insurance. Okay. So don't get me wrong. I always need money. But what Chunky means, what he said is, Chunky said you would bring up some scenarios while you would need money, and one of them was the mama dying thing. Okay. You know, and I'm not going to do this, but I don't think anything would stop this, and this probably wouldn't either, unless I showed you like my bank account information, like my savings, my checking, and everything from that time, and even from right now. But even that wouldn't stop it, and there's no way I'd ever do that. I'm not crazy. Bottom line, Chunky, is I was about to take a week off, and I still might. So how hard up do I sound? Yeah, I want to make up for the money we lost. Absolutely. Did it hurt? Yeah, it hurt. Shannon missed a lot of work. I missed some shows, sure. But no matter what, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine, Chunky. I'm not a 24-year-old douchebag who lives in his parents' fucking basement. You know what I mean? I make sure I save money. So that I never have to worry about any of those things. I never have to worry about going completely flat broke because a tragedy strikes. Okay, never. Chunky. Yeah. He listens to clips and talks shit. Yeah, I know. He's a fucking dope. What else did he say? And by the way, I want to tell you something. About these, he says I bring up scenarios when I need money. If he's talking about, like, for example, oh, come on, grab the link. He just texted me back. Let's see. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Let's see. And what I was going to say is about these so-called scenarios. Anytime I tell you something bad has happened in my life, I let a couple of people from here know. It might be, say, Miss Can't Be Wrong and Michael Hensley, something like that, or War. You know, I do that not just because I feel like I could trust them enough to share it with them, but because I never want anybody to question whether I'm telling the truth, not even my friends, especially not my friends. So I don't just tell them, I show them proof of everything. I'm Mr. Receipts. Chunky, screenshot this and put it in your next video. Of course not, Melody King. Of course not. These guys are nuts, man. Like, guys, listen, like I said, I don't lie to you. If I say times are tough or, whatever, they are. Okay. But I guess the best way to say this, guys, is like most of you, I have a fucking savings account. I mean, there's money in. All right. So even if something hit where it just robbed us of our income for a little while, hopefully there'd be enough savings in there to take care of it. Like, I can't believe I got to explain life to people. Everything you've seen from me that would indicate that I do pretty fucking well, you still want to question how much I make, or, whether or not I'm broke or whether or not I have money. You're so fucking weird, all you motherfuckers. You're so worried about me. Yeah. I know, but who knows what he's talking about? Maybe who knows what he's talking about? If he would grab the fucking link, we could find out. Yeah, I know. Chunky used to love Trump. Mark talked him out of it. Yeah, which is probably another reason he doesn't like when I talk politics. He says I'm obsessed with politics. You know what? It's 2025 in America. You'd be hard pressed to find somebody who isn't. You know what I mean? Hard pressed. I'll be right back, guys. I just got to go get cigarettes. Give me a second. I swear to God, these people all want like access to my bank accounts. They just want to see to the penny what I have in my accounts. They're all so curious. They're all so curious. I'm going to tell you the truth, to be honest. No, even let me think. Yeah. No, I was going to say if I was ever truly broke, I would never tell you guys anyway, because I wouldn't bring that type of punishment on myself that I would get from trolls and everything. But this is how you would know. I just wouldn't be here. Like, if I stop doing this show, then you know I'm broke. As long as I'm here, it means that we're doing well enough that I can continue to do this. Is that okay with you guys? Is that enough of an indicator for you so you don't have to spend all your time worrying about whether or not I have money? Oh, you're gonna wait on your shower? Oh, Chunky, you gotta grab the link now. Mickey Bats is gonna wait on his shower. Chunky, are you gonna tell me? Yeah, I just texted you. Grab the link. I'm live after you sent me a thumbs up. Now you're watching this. I know you are. You're telling me you're not going to grab the link after all that shit talking you did. What does that make you, Chunky? A pussy, right? Let me tell you something. It's just like when it comes to fighting. If you're not willing to fight, don't talk shit. Okay? Don't talk shit. Shut your fucking mouth. If you're not going to be willing to fight when you're confronted with someone you were talking shit about. Same thing here. If you're too much of a pussy to grab this link and come on this show right now, don't talk shit about me. Don't. Because, bro, I'm not fucking playing with you. You already stabbed me in the fucking back. And you sit there on the panel of that fucking scumbag animal after I helped you while he talks shit about my family and trashes me every goddamn day. I fucking had it up to here with you. The last thing you want to do, Chunky, is push me at this point. Okay, this was bad enough tonight. I wouldn't continue if I was you. And if you're going to, at least be a fucking man and grab the link. Here, the link's in the chat. I'm putting it back in. Okay, make sure I got the right link. Yeah, HJH. Yeah, there you go. Put it in there again. Chunky, I'm not going to yell at you, bro. We'll have a nice, civilized conversation about everything you said. I want to, because here's the problem. Anybody can say anything when they're somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, I could just decide today that some mob tuber is actually a fredophile. Okay? I could just do that. But then it would be hard for me to face him, right? Because he would say things to me like, well, prove it. Where'd you get your information from? He'd put me in a tight spot. Here he is. Oh.
You.
All right. So what's the problem, bro?
There is no problem.
So why'd you say these things about me?
I mean, specifically, we were just having a conversation about MobTube, and these are some things I felt about your show as of recently. And I'm not here trying to start a beef. I'm not trying to pocket count or nothing like that. I really don't give a shit, to be honest with you.
You gave a shit enough to talk about me when I don't talk about you, bro. When was the last time you heard, Chunky, that I brought up your name in any negative way or brought it up at all?
We had our own problems behind the scenes. That's probably the recency we talked.
How long ago was that, would you say?
My last video, and it wasn't too nice what you insinuated. I'm not going to put you on the spot or say what you did, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think that was? You think it was disrespectful to me and maybe even my family to post something like what you were going to post?
Well, you have no idea what I was going to post. You didn't even see the video or anything about it yet.
I saw the thumbnail. That was more than enough.
Okay, yeah, and I sent you the video beforehand, and you saw the video when it came out. Nothing was changed in the video, so you were going out of your way. You went further than you needed to on something you had no idea in the first place because you just seemed to think I have it out for you or something like that.
First of all, I never saw. I don't even know I didn't even think the video came out. So whatever you think I saw, I didn't see.
I am 90% sure you saw it. Let me see if I still have the text. I'm pretty sure you responded to it after I sent it to you.
If I did, I don't remember. It's kind of a little known fact, Chunky. I have a bad memory. But if you're talking about we've had our beef behind the scenes. What was that? Like 2 or 3 text messages back and forth?
Yeah, no, I again, like there's like we were just talking back and forth. We're obviously not on good ground. You also do pop shots here and there. It's not like when my name gets brought up, you don't call me a punk or say some stupid shit. You do the same exact crap. Your name got brought up, and I did the same thing back.
When did I do that? When did I do it? When was the last time?
I don't watch your show, but I've heard it a couple times.
Okay. So you would say that the statement you just made comes from a place of ignorance, right? Like you don't actually.
No, well, last time you had an issue with Mark, you decided to take it out on me, and you were taking shots across the board at me instead of Mark when Mark was the one that said something. So don't act like you didn't say anything.
I don't give a fuck. You were sitting there with him. Okay, same thing. If I would not bring somebody on my panel and let them trash you, Chunky. I'd say, listen, I don't have a problem with Chunky. I'm not gonna let you trash him. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me just see if I could turn this earbud on. Hold up. All right. So let me ask you something, bro. Does Mark ask for money?
He sure does.
Does he what you would call beg for it?
He asks for money.
Okay. Does he get mad when he doesn't get it?
Like I said, I'm not talking on Mark. I'm not going to sit here and badmouth him. I'm not going to say anything
Oh,
about him.
oh no, you wouldn't be. What you would be
No,
doing
because
is,
because he's actually friendly to me, unlike you. And even though I do nothing but
unlike
try to
me,
stand by
was
you
I
the
not
entire time.
friendly to you, Chunky? Was I
You
not
were,
friendly to
you
you?
were, you were, and there's
Okay,
the one or two things you didn't like. I never attacked you. I never was hostile towards you. Even months after that, I never attacked you. But you seem to have a real problem with me, and I still don't really know what the crux of that issue was.
I don't even think about you, Chunky. You're out of your fucking mind. Your
And I don't
existence
think
is
about you.
meaningless
You
to
just
me.
got brought up. That's all. I don't even
Yeah,
come on
yeah, I'm
MobTube or
sure.
nothing like that.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah, yeah. So you won't say, just to prove you're not a hypocrite, that, well, Mark does the same thing as you. You'll just say, I'm not going to talk about Mark.
It's his show. I go on his show to speak to him. I'm friendly with him. I don't give a shit about MobTube. I don't give a shit about what you do. I just said
I'm
we
sure.
were speaking on the show, and I gave my observations from clicking on your show recently. That's it.
You think Mark does the same thing? Just answer that question.
He asked for money, like I said. Yes, he asked
Okay.
for money.
Okay. So would you say maybe that was a stupid statement for you to say while sitting next to Mark?
I was talking about you, so no, I don't care.
Okay. So, like, if I'm sitting next to, say I'm in Tony Pizza's chat and I'm calling somebody a beggar, would I seem goofy doing that considering I'm in the chat of a huge beggar? Like,
I don't give a shit. Literally, I was talking to my friend. You're hostile towards me. He's not. It's that simple.
you think part of the reason I was hostile towards you was because of your friendship with him to begin with? Like, let me tell you what happened real quick, Chunky, in case you forget. So you came around here because I did a little show clowning William DeMeo after that whole Peter Gaudio fiasco, right? I'm the only person you were friends with. We talked on the phone. You would send me videos. I would check them out. We text back and forth. Matter of fact, when somebody was trying to, or at least threatening to dox you, and you were very concerned about this, I believe I called you and even told you don't worry about it. And if he does, I'll step in. And but trust me, he's not going to. You remember that?
Correct.
Yeah, I was a pretty nice guy to you. Don't act like I turned on you, bro. You developed a friendship with this guy, and one of the first conversations me and you ever had about that guy is you telling me that he's going to attack my family. So I'm sitting here talking to somebody who I consider a friend, who I've been talking to for months, and I'm talking to him. He's literally informing me that his new friend Mark that he just met is going to attack my family, and he don't have no problem with it. He's just letting me know.
Never. First off, I became friends with him, and the number one rule was you were not to be brought up because I have no issue with you. I was friendly with you, and I had no issue with him. I know you said he did some things, but I never saw proof of those things. I'm not calling you a liar, but I never saw it, no matter how many times you said it. So the rule was we never spoke about you, and then he was going to attack you, and as a courtesy, being your friend, I was going to let you know because no matter what I said to him, he was going to do what he's going to do anyway. I was just trying to be friendly towards you. I wasn't speaking on behalf of him to threaten you or trying to threaten you myself.
But do you see how that could bother me, Chunky Chunko?
Sure, I mean obviously you would have an issue with him because he's looking
I'll
to
give you an
attack you.
example. You probably know what I'm talking about. There was a guy on here who was not very happy with you while you were doing videos. And you, in my opinion, weren't even really doing anything wrong, but he didn't like you. Uh, when I was under the impression he was going to attack you, you know what I did? I said, bro, I'm asking you as a friend, don't do that. And he didn't. You know, so maybe we have different definitions of friendship or whatever, Chunky. But I want to bring up something else. So you said the mama dying thing was me scamming, right?
Uh, I guess kinda.
Okay. Did you see what I just showed? How much money I made on that video? Lifetime revenue?
No, but I guess you did show it. I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
made
just got in the stream.
$26 to date. I made $26 from August 23rd, 2023 to now. You know why that is, Chunky? I'm going to show you since you're sitting right here. I'm going to show you. Just in case, you want to claim you never saw it. All right. Listen, let me just say something because I have to preface everything with this. I'm not doing anything for donations. There's no point in giving me money for what I'm about to tell you. Money ain't going to help the situation. Nothing's going to help the situation. So this isn't sad fishing. It certainly isn't.
So, I'm not, because, that's the first thing that'll be said. My thing. If you enjoy the entertainment, donate. Don't worry about donating because of what's going on with me. It's not going to make a difference.
And I can assure you of one thing: if you relapse, it'll be short. So, that's not a solution. No.
Let me say real quick, Shinebox, thank you so much for that. But we don't have to do that yet. Thank you so much. Listen, I'm still refusing to accept this as an outcome. I refuse. And I'm going to go and I'm going to scream at some fucking doctors tomorrow. So thank you so much for suggesting.
All right, that's enough of that. So does it look like I was scamming for money? Does it look like I was sad fishing?
It's not necessarily even what I said. I said you made money off of that event. I'm not saying you. I
No,
even
no,
prefaced
no,
it.
no, no, Chunky, no, I didn't. No,
cut
how
me
much
off.
did I make? How much did I make? I'm not gonna let you lie
Again,
on me,
no,
bro.
no. Well, no. You got like a couple cherry pick quotes there that you keep going through. You didn't even hear the context of what I was saying. I even prefaced it by saying he didn't directly ask for money. He wasn't asking for donations. I said he got donations off the event. That's all I said.
I did. How much did I get?
You definitely got some donations off of it. People were sending you money. Even people that were not your friends, that were your enemies, were being friendly towards you.
How would you say? How much would you say?
I don't know, and I really don't care.
No. You do care because you
No, I
brought it
really
up.
don't. I'm not pocket watching. I really don't give a shit what you make, and I wasn't calling you poor or anything like that either.
So
I know
you
you were
just
going off on
you
that.
just thought, even though you don't care at all, you just thought you'd say that to Mark. I made $26
He brought you
off
up.
that
We were having a
video.
conversation. It was just a conversation. I know
I
you're all
made
butthurt by it, but
$26 2 days. No, I'm not butthurt, dickhead. Don't talk to me like I'm a child or a fucking friend of yours. Okay, I'm not butthurt by anything. That's why I don't fucking talk about you. I ignore your very fucking existence. You're the one that was talking about me. So who seems butthurt?
no one really. I mean, I barely said 2 words about you. I say one sentence, all of a sudden, oh, here comes a show by FBS, dropping my parents' name and shit like that, saying information that's like irrelevant to anyone.
Mm-hmm. Do you know who? Are you familiar with me on MobTube?
Yeah, I have nothing to do with MobTube.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, so would you say that you already had the knowledge about what I do to know that if you talked about me, I was gonna do a show about you?
Sure.
Okay. So then, if you didn't want a show, you shouldn't have talked about me. That's all.
Okay.
All right. Now, did you see me turn down that fundraiser from Shinebox?
No.
Do I have to play the video again?
Sure. I guess.
Okay. I want you to watch after the beginning, okay, somewhere around the fucking middle towards the end. I don't know. Look at the screen. There's a comment from Shinebox who says, I think we should use tomorrow's show to raise money for expenses for the family. Okay, watch.
All right. Listen, let me just say something because I have to preface everything with this. I'm not doing anything for donations. There's no point in giving me money for what I'm about to tell you. Money ain't going to help the situation. Nothing's going to help the situation. So this isn't sad fishing. It certainly isn't. So, I'm not, because, that's the first thing that'll be said. My thing. If you enjoy the entertainment, donate. Don't worry about donating because of what's going on with me. It's not going to make a difference.
And I can assure you of one thing: if you relapse, it'll be short. So, that's not a solution. No.
Let me say real quick, Shinebox, thank you so much for that. But we don't have to do that yet. Thank you so much. Listen, I'm still refusing to accept this as an outcome.
Okay, so you saw it this time, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
Now the reason I said yet is because if, God forbid, my mom had died when they said she was going to die within a couple of weeks, then I might have needed help. I'll be the first to admit, paying for a funeral, everything else, I might have needed help, and I might have taken Shinebox up on that. But because I didn't know any more than what the doctor said, I'm not God. I can't say, oh, yeah, you're definitely going to die in 2 weeks. I refuse to accept money for that purpose. And as you saw in the beginning of the video, I didn't just say don't donate. I said don't donate because money will not help this situation. Money will not help. Okay? So that gives people not only a reason not to donate, but to think, well, what's the point in donating? Because, see, Chunky, my mom has insurance and all that stuff, probably like your own. Okay, there's nothing that money would have done to help. Now, if you're talking about a couple days later, because that was, I believe that was a Friday, then I think I did a show Saturday, Sunday, a few people sent some money. It wasn't asked for in any way, shape, or form. And what did they send it for? They sent it. It was the person you're talking about, who wasn't my friend, was Cranky Granny. And the other one was Shinebox. They sent me money to take time off to spend with my mom. They wanted me to be able to be with my mom so I don't have to be on here all day. That's not something I brought up. That's what they wanted to do out of the kindness of their hearts. They're very good people. Chunky, you've been watching my videos a long time. Do I pretty much share everything with everybody?
Sure, and I'm just saying in the context of this what was being spoken about. Mark said you said your definition of a scam is like directly saying I need money for X, even though there is not X. And and literally I wasn't even commenting on you. I wasn't saying anything like you were scamming, anything like that. All I literally said is like there's ways of making money without directly asking for money, and sympathy is a way of people getting money. I'm not saying you were being scamful with it, but inherently, if you come out and say some sad news like that, you're inherently going to get people who want to donate to support you.
Do you think that's why I made $26 on that show? Because people
Well,
wanted, they just felt sympathy and they wanted to support me, so I made a whopping $26.
well, that's just the AdSense. I mean, we know you get donations through other means too. And again, I don't even care how much you made.
No, Chunky.
The price of what you made is irrelevant anyway. So,
Chunky, you were not watching. I'm gonna have to show you now. You aren't watching. That is not AdSense. That is not just AdSense. Let me just bring this up real quick. We go to revenue. Revenue. Oh, why did it do that, motherfucker? Okay, I gotta click on this. So I'm gonna go over to this thing here. I'm gonna get to okay, revenue. How did I do this? Super chat. Okay. Here it is. It says since published at the top. I'll put a picture of this in my community post. You don't have to take my word for it. Now I'm going to read you the breakdown. If you can see well enough to see that top one, it says supers and gifts. For the amount, $21.98. Supers and gifts, $21.98. Memberships, $3.50, which basically means one person bought a membership. And watch page ads, I made 70 cents off monetization. So I got $21 in super chats on that show. Now, let me ask you, Chunky, if I would have said nothing, if I would have just done that show, knowing my donors, knowing what you've been seeing over the last few years, what would you say I probably would have gotten? About 1,000, maybe 1,500?
sure, I guess.
Okay, so if I was in it to make money, I probably would have not said anything. I might not have asked, but I would have just said nothing, right?
Sure. I mean, I bet you made money off the event. Whether or not you did, again, I don't care. I really don't care. I'm just saying inherently something like that drives up the attention of a YouTube channel and brings the donors who maybe are sitting on money would give you some more money because they felt bad. That's literally just the principle behind what I was saying.
So, but you're insisting that I must have made money off of this event.
I'm saying it's like statistically likely that like something like that would bring more attention and money towards the channel. Yes.
Okay. Now let me ask you this. Do you think that's why I did it?
No, I mean, I do think you clearly got some sort of news about your mother. What it was specifically, I don't know. It's probably what you said.
So, all right. So you're being fair there. So would you say that my reaction and the fact that I did that show was, well, my reaction, we'll say, on that show, the way I was acting, crying, that's, pretty genuine. Like in other words, we love our mothers. You think I love my mother?
Yeah, and I don't think you're faking your emotion there, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get at. So, in other words, what I'm saying is, I'm FBS. I'm the guy from literally probably his third video started telling his entire life story, the good, the bad, and the ugly, which means that in an event like that, I can't keep that inside. I'm going to do a show and I'll talk about that. Okay. So if you believe that the news was real and that I was genuinely upset, then you have to say that even if I did get some money, it was completely and totally unintended. It was just me expressing how I feel. Like I love my mom to death. And let me tell you something else, Chunky, because I know what you'll say. Well, why'd you do the show? I'll tell you. And if you go back and watch that show, you could see for yourself. I had no intention on doing a show. My mom called me that day with the news. I called my brother. Everybody was a mess. I just went for a drive. Okay. I was in the York City driving around. Don called me and I told Don the news, Don Berlin. Well, he thought because I was in New York City and I was in the hood, he thought maybe, I was going to relapse or something, or at least get in trouble. So he said, go home and do an addiction and recovery show. Okay. Because I'm worried about you. And he insisted. So after asking me 4 or 5 times, I did. That's another part of it too, Chunky. You do know, right? I'm sure you're aware that I don't ask for donations on addiction and recovery shows. I do them out of the kindness of my heart.
I do know that.
Okay. So why wouldn't I have just done a regular show? Why would I make it addiction and recovery? See what I'm saying, Chunky? So the point I'm making is, even if you think I made money off of that, if you're being honest, you would have to say, well, your emotion was genuine. Your emotion was genuine. You're the type of guy that was going to come on here and discuss that no matter what. And your last concern was money. My last concern, Chunky, I made $8,700 the month before that. $8,700. Okay. And that month I was on track to make the same thing. I was in no need for money. My wife makes $110,000 a fucking year. We live in Wrightsville, Pennsylvania. Okay, where the mortgage here is $1,366 a month. Okay, there's never going to be a time. Now, what I explained earlier, because you said 1 minute I'm talking about how much money I have, the next minute I'm whining. Let me explain that.
Well, let me just respond to that. Inherently, the principle of what I said is you said a million times you didn't directly ask for money. The whole principle of what I was saying is you don't have to ask for money to get people to give you money, is what I'm saying. And whether or not you're doing
Okay.
it maliciously or non-maliciously, which I'm not saying you necessarily were, it's still the principle of what happened, and your situation inherently brings money whether you ask for it or not.
Okay, so let me ask you this. How could I avoid that?
I mean, you didn't have to. Again, it's your channel, it's your show. You can do whatever you want, but inherently, but who says you even have to avoid it? I mean, that's the thing. I was just again speaking on the nature of things like that.
Well, no, because everybody seems to think I did something wrong. Okay, so let me ask you this. Now, people like you and Mark and Gunsmoke and a lot of people, you're just going to say this no matter what I do. No matter what I do. Okay. So basically, what you want me, because what you're really worried about, not you probably, but your friend Mark and certain other jealous people, what they're really concerned about is, am I going to make money off of something like that? Because all they really want is for me not to make money. So what you want me to do, what you want to do, you want to shame me to the point where I will not, under any circumstances, express my feelings about anything in my life, because you guys will punish me for the next year and a half by saying that I was sad fishing. So you know me. My third show was about being put in a fucking psych ward. Okay, embarrassing thing. I've talked about my criminal record, jail. I've gone and gotten my custody agreement just to prove I wasn't a deadbeat dad. My whole life has been on here. A situation like this, there's no way I wasn't going to talk about it on here. So for you to say, well, you didn't have to do a show about that. No, I kind of did. Okay. And the only way to avoid what you're saying, to avoid even the unintended consequence of people giving money, would have been not to talk about it. So now I have two choices. I either do my show the way I want and express myself about what's going on in my life to my audience, or I clam up and I never say anything again, because if I do, a bunch of people on Mark's show will say that I'm a scammer and I was sad fishing. You think that's fair?
Sure. I mean, you can run the channel the way you want. I mean, I don't really give a crap. Obviously, people
Okay, so
are always pocket watching and stuff like that, and people always got their comments. But I, r- I
so
mean, at
you would
least me,
agree
I
that
don't give a
most of the
shit.
people who talk about this, most of the people are pocket watching, right?
Yeah, big majority. Otherwise, I don't know why they give a shit anyway. But yeah, I would say
Okay.
so.
So there we go. So would you at least say this? Now you said that doing a show like that, no matter what, people are going to donate. Okay. Now I can show you all my income, and maybe I will for that time period. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. I have to go through it, and we could find out over the course of me talking about that news I got how much I really made. Okay. But will you say this? From what you saw, did I do everything in my power not to let's just say have people donate for that issue? Like, what more could I have done? I said don't donate because it won't help, and I said don't do a fundraiser because I don't need it yet. Is there anything more I could have done to make it so that I could just share my feelings without people donating thinking that's going to help in some way?
I guess not. No, I
Okay.
mean, from
All
what I
right.
saw.
All right, good. At least you're being honest about that. And some of the other things, I don't. You said something about I make up scenarios when you think I need money. I don't know what you're talking
Well,
about
no,
specifically.
that was the pizza thing. That's what Mark was saying, that's what you define a scam as, what Pizza's doing, because he asks for things like he needs money for whatever to get an
Well,
RV or shit.
well, yeah, because Chunky, no matter what you say, no matter what anybody says, and I think you'll admit this, the most I've ever done is said, if you're enjoying the show, please donate. And yeah, I've gotten pissed off when people don't because I feel like I'm doing the work. And if you're watching it, if you're enjoying it, maybe you should contribute a little bit. Okay. So you can't deny that. I've never said anything more than donate if you're enjoying the entertainment. And I do the addiction recovery shows out of the kindness of my heart. Okay. Um, Tony Pizza, the reason I bring up, as you call them, scenarios is because people try to compare us. Now, I don't know if you'd say you think there's a comparison, but if so, I think you're out of your mind. Okay. Tony Pizza has come on here probably 1,000 times throughout his 3.5 years on MobTube. And he's constantly come up with things he says he needs money for and then collected the money and didn't spend it on what he collected it for. Didn't spend it.
Yeah, I guess that's somewhat of a scam, but I mean, either way, the principle of what you guys are doing is you guys are in the same. I'm not even saying you're on the same level as him in terms of personality and like morals and stuff like that. But the essence of what you both do is that you're in the same, I guess, genre of talking shit about people, and then people give you money to spend however you want, whether or not you spend it on what you say you're going to spend it on. I mean, I guess that's kind of more scamish, but it's your money. They gave it to you. You can really do what you want with it.
Does Mark do the same thing?
I'm going to presume so. Does
Okay.
what he wants
So
with
you
his.
don't really have a problem with it. You just have a problem with me.
No, I mean, I well, I do have somewhat of an issue with you after our back and
Okay.
forth, but
All right.
I was just critiquing your channel and things that I just don't think are as well as you used to do it and stuff like that.
No, that's fine. I told you I changed the way. I know you know what I used to do is go on all out wars with people for months at a time. I don't do that anymore. I don't do that. Even though you just said, that's exactly what I do. I actually just talk shit about people for money.
I mean,
Um,
is that not what this genre is? Is that not what everyone on here does?
did you talk about everyone or just me?
I mean, I think you brought up Romano. I don't know. We were just having a conversation, I guess.
All right. So basically, what you've done is you've come to the realization that MobTube is all drama, shit talking for money.
Well, I knew that. I mean,
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying there was a change in your channel in terms of you used to have a lot of more like short-term videos. You had interviews with other people, and now
Mhm.
you really dove in on the MobTube side of it, and you kind of gave into a lot of the like shit talking and stuff like that.
Well, I'll tell you why. I got Hollywood celebrities I interviewed, right? Now I am a businessman, Chunky. Let me make that clear. That's the way my mind works. So I would work my ass off, right? I would reach out to people, I would develop connections, I would get an amazing interview with some damn near A-list celebrity. Okay. Then I would bring them on the show. I would do what I considered a pretty good interview. What do I know? I'm not a great interviewer. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I would do my best. After doing days of research, watching all their movies, if they had a book, reading their book, all that stuff. Same thing with the mob guys. And I would make about $40. The next day, I would do a show talking about Tony Pizza, and I would make $400. So what I did was I made a business decision. I'll give you an example. I was fighting with SoFlo for about 2 weeks. I was making money every day, even though some days were less than I would have liked. I was making good money every day. Since I stopped, I've made virtually nothing. I did an excellent interview. I don't know if you saw that, since you say I didn't do them anymore, or I don't do them anymore, but I did an interview 2 days ago with a guy who has Parkinson's disease and made it into the movie Reptile, where he was acting alongside of Benicio del Toro. So I just interviewed him 2 days ago. Okay. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, like I said, you're very big. Again, it's just me as like I was a fan of your channel. I mean, we were friendly. I interacted with your channel, and I'm just giving my critique as I don't want to call myself a fan because that's like gay, and I'm not that. But as someone who was interested in your channel, I didn't like the change of content. And I haven't been watching it since, and that's just my views. I was just giving my honest views on the change on your channel, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. It makes no difference to me one way or another. I don't remember you ever donating, so no offense, but your opinion is completely, worthless to me as far as that. Now,
Sure, no, I mean,
yeah. Now, just to go back to this for a second. So you say it's kind of scamish. If I'm talking about, okay, let's say I did it, Chunky. Let's say I said, guys, I need $2,000 for a car. I have no car. And they gave me $2,000. And the next day I said, well, I'm not getting the car now, but thanks for the money, guys. Is that a scam?
Yeah, I guess.
That a clear-cut scam?
Yeah, but the people, I mean, the people know what they're doing. I mean, they know they're donating to Pizza. They know the type of person Pizza is. Otherwise, they wouldn't be giving him money. I mean, I guess it is a scam, but it's not like the people don't know what they're giving money to.
No. But the point is, though, that it's a scam. Okay. In other words, he's saying, give me the money for a specific reason. And then time and time again, this is not once, this is once a week. Okay. For 3.5 years, he collects the money for something, and then he doesn't buy it or doesn't rent it or doesn't spend it on what it's supposed to be spent on. That's a series of scams. Okay. Now, I want you to tell me how that's even similar to me coming on here, entertaining, say, 150 to 200 people on a live show and saying, if you're enjoying the show, please donate. Tell me how it's even similar.
Well, you have your own little cult here, and whenever you ask for money, they give you money. And whenever he asks for money, it doesn't matter what it's for. They're giving him money because they want to give him money, whether or not he uses it on whatever. Same for you. They give you money because they want to give you money.
Okay, so now what I did is basically I just got you to take me out of the equation completely. It has nothing to do with me anymore. Now it's about my donors.
No, but the principle of what I'm saying is people give him money because they want to give him money. They really don't give a shit what he's spending it on. Yeah, I guess he is scamming them by saying I'm going to get this and not getting that. Sure, it's a scam. But I'm saying either way, they'll give him money, whether or not he has an excuse for it, because they just want to give him money.
Okay, so yeah, you're not making friends here calling these guys a cult, by the way. So, would it be different now? If he says, guys, I need $7,000 for an RV, he collects maybe $3,500 and then tells everybody no RV, but I'm going to keep the money. Okay, is that different than me saying, if you're enjoying the entertainment, please donate?
Sure, it's different. The principle is the same of people just giving them money, giving money to people who they like.
Okay. So would you also say that outside of MobTube, tons of fucking YouTubers do live streams and ask for money?
Yes.
To the point where it's almost, like the norm. It's just how small channels make money, right?
Yes.
Okay. So does anything I do set me apart from the rest of them?
Does anything? I mean, the principle is
As far
still the same.
As far as how I collect money,
I'm not even saying what he's doing is. I guess it's technically a scam what he's doing, but I'm saying the
No,
principle is
it's a
still the
scam in
same across the
reality.
board. Sure, but they're
No,
just
it's
giving
not.
him money because they're fans of him, just like people are fans of you and give you money.
But you realize what you're saying is the equivalent of saying one guy went into a store and bought a shirt, the other guy went into a store and stole the shirt, but it's exactly the same because all that really matters is the end result. They both got a shirt.
Yeah, but again, I'm not even comparing you to him. I'm just saying the principle of what he's doing is just the same. He's asking money from his donors, same as any other YouTuber, same as you do. That's all he's doing. He's just
No,
again the scam part
Chunky,
is.
what we've established is it's not the same as what I do. I have never, ever in 3.5 years come on here and asked for money for a specific thing. Never. I've never done it, not once.
Sure, then he's scam. Sure, I don't care. He's okay. He's scamming his people. All I'm trying to get across is that they'll give him money no matter what. It doesn't matter. They're just his little fan base there.
Well, even if it doesn't matter, he's lying to them. You know, am I lying to anybody?
Sure, but I think they know he's lying to them. I think that's the whole like charm of like his thing or whatever they get off on watching him. They just know who he is and what he is.
Does that make it better?
No, they're all degenerates in the chat. I mean, they know what they're doing.
Okay.
That's basically.
Okay. But you would have to say, though, since we discussed it, considering that Tony Pizza only makes money, never once has he said donate because you enjoy the show. Every single day, he gives a list of things he needs and a dollar amount that he needs to get them. Okay. I've never done that a single time. Also, neither has, say, Gunsmoke. Neither has, I don't even think like SoFlo or Chicago or Mike Slick or Angel Gotti. Neither has some of the YouTubers I watch who do live streams and have their Cash App flashing on the screen and people with 200,000 subs and remind people every 10 minutes to send Cash Apps. Okay. There is a 1,000% difference between what Tony Pizza does and what the rest of all of us do. Because Tony Pizza is always telling you it's for a specific thing. And if I don't get the money, I won't have this or I won't have that.
I mean, I don't watch him enough to like know that for a fact, but sure, he can do that. No, he can do that. But I'm just saying, like, he does shit too, like send money so we can fight the woke jokes. Like he does, like that's his version of saying vote for me so I can go fight with other people, or like give me money so I can go fight with other people. I'm saying there's just like he's doing the same thing as everybody else here. He's just doing it in his own way. And okay, the aspect of what you're saying is a scam, but he does do the same thing you guys do.
No. Chunky, I can't believe that we can't establish the difference here.
Yes, he's scamming.
He's
scamming. I'm not even trying to. I have no reason to defend
he's scamming. Are the rest of us scamming?
No, I never said you were scamming.
Thank you. That's the difference. And I'm not just saying this on my for my benefit. Everybody. I've never seen a YouTuber who comes on daily, weekly, monthly, and says, "Guys, this is my list of bills." And I need all of this. And if you don't give it to me, I'm going to shut down my channel and I'm going to dox every fucking buddy who didn't donate. That's what he does. Okay. I've never seen anybody else do that. Never.
I mean, that's a whole other thing. But I again, like we were arguing a principle or like a quote I didn't even say. And I never once said you were scamming. So.
Okay. And I don't know what's left really. We don't have to go over every point, but the obsessed with politics thing, what's that about?
Well, no, you like to take pop shots, and it's the way you address, like, you can have your own opinion. It's the way you address the people you don't agree with, which I just have a problem with.
Let's just say, Chunky, that I feel like those people voted for a person I believe to be a rapist. Do you understand why I might talk to them a certain way?
It's just the way you also just intertwine it and everything. Like you were going on a rant the other day, and you said, I don't just throw it in there like he's dumb, so he must be a Trump supporter or something like that. I don't even support Trump, and I don't think they're the smartest people. But you have like a vitriol.
How do you know that? You don't watch the show.
That you don't like Trump.
No, how do you know about something that happened a few nights ago if you don't watch the show?
Because I saw a clip of it. The Redzilla put up a video. If you saw the hour-long video, Redzilla just put up.
Redzilla, you think Redzilla ever takes specific clips and takes like deliberately, post them in a way to be, like, so it's out of context. Like, you think that Redzilla ever does that deliberately? Well, and I'm not even saying he's doing it here, but would you say that Redzilla's channel is probably not the most accurate depiction of what I do on my show every day?
I'm aware of his MO, and it's not like I'm getting all my information from him. I watched one single video that happened to come on my timeline.
Okay.
And again,
Okay.
it was a specific thing you said in the video that was in context compared to everything else.
Listen, I've made it clear. I don't think all Trump supporters are dumb, but I think all dumb people are Trump supporters. That's the best way to put it. And if that means I'm obsessed with politics, bro, then you must hate what Mark does. Because Mark ain't even from this goddamn country, but he's got an opinion. He does shows about Trump, and I've heard him with my own ears call Trump supporters stupid the same way.
I think I got him to back down from saying that has said that in the past, but like that's why I go on a show to literally just argue about Trump and shit like that. I don't go on
Okay,
for
so-
MobTube and crap like that.
All right, so now I've only talked politics twice since the election. I haven't even done a show on my politics channel about politics. Do you know that?
Sure. I mean, again, like I haven't been on here really since the election either. That was the last big time I was on here, but I was seeing like your titles and shit like that, like why we talk down to Trump supporters and stuff like that. And I was just giving my opinion. I just don't like the way you go about talking down to. I mean, you literally said it in the title, talking down to people who you have a political disagreement with.
I don't know if you'd admit this, but you don't have to, because everybody knows this is a fact. Trump supporters are pretty much the most disrespectful people on planet Earth. They literally talk down to people pretty much always. They act like they're smarter. They act like they know it all. They love to use words like libtard and demo fucking whatever the fuck stupid fucking dumb nickname. I saw one earlier, democrom or democrap, like children. Okay. They love to do that. They like, for example, from the day I said I don't like Trump, I'm a libtard. Okay. So do you see why, after taking abuse from Trump supporters on a regular fucking basis, that I might talk down to them a little bit the way I would with anybody who's abusing me?
I mean, I get it. I mean, you're in a mostly Trump community and stuff like that. But if you actually listen to the shows, which you don't, and I don't expect you or want you to, the only reason that, like I said, I come on is to talk politics is really all I'm interested in. I'm not interested in any of this MobTube bullshit. But I all I do the entire time is basically call out the behavior of Trump supporters and the cult-like mentality and the way they address themselves. But just because the other side is also doing it, which is you're speaking from the other perspective, doesn't mean like you should be doing it as well. All you're doing is adding fire to the fire.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You just said you talk bad about Trump supporters. And you just said I'm on the other side of it? What do you mean?
No, I criticize Trump supporters for their bad behavior, but you're engaging in the
Okay.
same behavior as the Trump supporters.
Well, you know what? We tried years ago. When they go low, we go high. It didn't work. Okay, so now when you go low, I'll go lower. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much the way it is. And you could have a problem with how I address these people, but if you watch the chat and you don't watch clips on Redzilla's channel, what you'll see is that a lot of these people I talk down to will come in, and the first thing they'll say is, FBS, you're a fucking dummy, you're a fucking stupid libtard, what do you know, you probably voted for Kamala. So it triggers the same sort of reaction from me,
Sure, fair enough.
So, but okay, now let's just go over this. Now, you said I'm obsessed with politics. You said you don't even come on here for anything but politics.
Correct.
Okay, so are you obsessed with politics?
No, I like politics, but my whole point in that is I was saying how you just randomly brought politics in. I was listening to you speak about one thing, and then all of a sudden you randomly tied politics into it by attacking someone, by calling them a Trump supporter. Like you're using it as like an insult.
Well, there's a reason I do that. Now, you called this chat a cult, which if you watch this chat, people get mad at me, people leave, people don't come back sometimes. Sometimes they do, but it's, weeks later. I get mad at people, I kick them right the fuck out. That's how you know it's not a cult, because they disagree with me on a regular basis. But when you have somebody like Tony Pizza, and you have his chat, who you even called degenerates, acting the way they do, and the only thing I could think to compare it to is Trump supporters. What the fuck else am I supposed to say? Just like you, Chunky, I watch this shit. I don't know that you do. I'm assuming because of what you said. I watch this shit all day, every day. You know what I mean? So that's what's in my brain. So if somebody comes in here and does something insanely hypocritical, and I can compare it almost exactly to a situation that's happening with Trump and his supporters right now, that's what I'm going to do. It's not about being obsessed with politics. I won't lie, though. Politics is very important to me. It should be to all of us these days, you know?
Sure. And I mean, on all these issues we just went over, I mean, this is literally me giving my opinion. I don't know why anyone gives a shit about my opinion. I mean, you can be upset and disagree with my opinion. That's fine. I mean, I am talking about you, so fair enough. You can have your own thoughts, but you know, you're going to do whatever is good for you. I mean, I'm just giving my 2 cents, whether you ask for it or not. So,
Yeah. Well, let me just see. You know what? I don't even give a fuck if there's anything else. I don't care. Somebody sent me a bunch of stuff you said. Doesn't matter. I just wanted to make a point. Chunky, let me tell you something, bro, just so you know for the future. I got the news on August 23rd, 2023, as we already established, that my mother might only have 2 weeks to live. Put yourself in my shoes. How would you feel?
yeah, that would suck.
It's horrible, right? I mean, it's a living nightmare. So you could see from my emotion how much pain I was in. And whether you believe it or not, money was the furthest thing from my mind. We had all the money we needed. And guess what? It wasn't going to help us one bit. It wasn't going to help us one bit. My mom has insurance and all that stuff. She's an end stage heart failure still. Her situation isn't any better. She just beat the odds, I guess. Okay. So what I went through with that, like sitting here and going through photo albums with my mother, crying and recording her so she could kind of get, you know, our whole family story like on tape so I could play it for my daughter when she's gone and my grandkids. The amount of pain that I went through with that situation, I wouldn't wish on anybody. Okay. So if you put yourself in my shoes, maybe you'll understand how insanely insulting and hurtful it is for anybody to question that. Okay. My love for my mother is real. My mother is a pain in my ass. Okay. I'll be the first to say it. I also love her to death. I don't care. But my point is, listen, life isn't sunshine and roses with her being here. Okay. You know, I'm sure you can imagine any old woman. Okay. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I just went through it with my grandma, so I got it.
All right. So, and I hope she's okay. I don't know what happened with your grandmother, but, so like we don't have the privacy we want to have. You know what I mean? We don't have any of that. It costs us a lot of money because I don't take a dime from my mom, you know? So if that isn't proof that I love my mom to death, I don't know what is. So I probably, if it wasn't for the comment about the mama dying thing, I probably would have ignored this. But try to put yourself in my shoes. I'm not being a dick at all. And just think about how you would feel if you know that even though, Chunky, you're different, you probably wouldn't have done the show and told everybody about it. Probably not. But that we're different. I did. So imagine how when any fucking buddy, especially when it's somebody you used to consider a friend, when they come out and question that they're questioning your love for your mother, they're questioning whether or not you used your mother's poor health to make money, and they've used it to slander you and label you a con artist. Do you understand why that might drive me fucking up a wall?
Yeah, no, I get it. And I mean, you know, though, anything you put out here, anything that makes you even slightly vulnerable is going to be used against you. I mean, that's just the nature of what goes on here. It's wrong, and I don't know why the atmosphere is like that, but that's just what it is.
I agree, but here's the thing, Chunky. If Redzilla talks about it, or NB, or MRE, do you see how that might be less important to me than if you or Gunsmoke say it?
Sure, yeah, no, I guess so. I mean, I appreciate you put
see
me
what I'm
above
saying?
them, so yeah, no, I get that.
Well, yeah. Well, no, I'm not just. Well, first of all, I do think you're better than them. I think everybody is, but it's not even just that. It's that we were at one time. We were never close, but we were friends. Okay,
Yeah.
like me and Gunsmoke, we were friends. We were a lot closer than me and you were. But my point is, perfect strangers, animals, people that are trolls. This is what they're going to do. I expect it from them. There's certain people I don't expect it from. And I'm not going to front. Even though you sit on that animal show and you let him talk shit about everybody and their families, I was surprised to hear that you said that. And that's what really bothered me tonight. The other stuff I don't give that much of a fuck about.
All right, I mean, I get it. I won't bring it up
So,
if that helps. I mean,
I would appreciate it. Yeah, it would mean a
yeah,
lot to me, you know?
it was kind of just an off comment in like a conversation. I guess it was not portrayed or construed the best way, but I mean, it is what it is.
No, I understand. All right, bro. I don't want to keep you on all night. I can't stay on all night.
All right, well, it's good to at least talk it out, I guess. I mean, you can
Yeah,
feel
it
however
is.
you feel, but
Believe it or not, Chunky, I don't resent you. I hold no ill will towards you whatsoever. I was disappointed. I thought that, you know, the way I tried to help you and befriend you, I would maybe get a little better treatment from you. It didn't go that way, but I have no problem with you, Chunky. I don't wish any harm on you.
yeah, I mean, I got no problem with you. I still really haven't said anything really negative about you. I mean, I gave some criticisms, but and I appreciate everything you did helping build up the channel and stuff. Like I'm never not going to be not grateful for that. Like I do appreciate that.
All right, that's what's up, man.
All right.
Well, thank you for coming on, bro.
All right. I guess thank you for
All right.
having me. All right.
Yeah. All right. Peace. I'm sure this is what he was looking forward to tonight. So that's that. You know, and it really is true. You know, I'm very good at you guys don't know it because I'm so good at it, but I'm very good at not showing you when things bother me. And when I say you, I don't just mean you guys, my friends, I mean my enemies too. I'm very good at you know, keeping my emotion under wraps when it comes to certain things, because I know that if you see it bothering me, you're going to go in on that very thing. This will always bother me. Now, Mark saying it, this douchebag dick rider of mine, I couldn't give two fucks. Redzilla is a scumbag in his fucking basement. Okay, he's a nothing. Literally, his whole life is me. Okay, he's like my number one dick rider. I don't give a fuck what he says. I don't give a fuck what 90% of these people say. But will it bother me if it was somebody I was friends with? Yes. And if you were my friend and you said something like that, or even said the words "Mama dying," you're a scumbag. Okay, because there's a lot of things I could bring up about people that I don't. Actual scams and everything else. A real pulling on heartstrings, real sad fishing. Okay. And it's not something I would do to you. It's not something I would do to you. You know, when people's family members die here, I try to help them. That's what I try to do. And by the way, guys, I should have said this while Chunky was on. Maybe he's still listening. It don't matter. I got 2 big donations during that like 3-day period where I really talked heavily about this thing with my mom. I got a $400 donation and a $500 donation. I'll just say that. Believe me if you want. If you don't, I don't care. That $900 has been saved since that day, and I still have it. Because when the time comes, I'm going to have to use it for a funeral. Okay. So I still have that money to this day. So as much as people want to think I need the money or I had to scam it out of people, that's how little I needed it. Okay. But I'm going to someday. So that money is still here. I didn't run out and buy Jordans with it. Okay. I didn't. So that's all. And maybe I went a little nuts. Mentioning personal information about Chunky in the beginning, even though I don't owe it to him. I would apologize for that, you know. But you guys see me. I don't try to be a dick. I wasn't going to sit here and try to tear Chunko to pieces. I want to have the real conversation, because these people, they love to say mama dying, but they won't talk to me about it, because they know that by the time I'm done with them, even they'll have to admit, okay, you obviously weren't looking for money. At least Chunko did it. You got to give him fucking credit. Not many people are grabbing this link. So you got to give him credit. Seems like a decent kid. He's just misinformed and definitely on the woke side. Great interview, FBS. I'm going to go wash my balls now. Okay. What if Nick Romano told you you got a big fucking problem? Me? Oh, well, I would head for the hills. Yeah, I know. And listen, I'm not stupid either. I know when you're on somebody else's show like that and the conversation comes up, you don't want to sit there like a mute, and you join in on it and stuff. But I just don't understand, I don't talk about Chunky. I don't. We did have a little thing, but that was it. We didn't really talk since then. And Chunky sent me a Merry Christmas and shit on just this past Christmas. You know what I mean? And it's like, why are you doing this now? So I don't know. I want to see something. That's true, Casey. I want to see something because I'm a Trump supporter, but I've never mentioned anything on here or in real life about politics. But when you called all Trump supporters stupid, it did hit me differently. Well, Dom, I don't mean to call you stupid. You got to understand what I deal with, Dom. When I look at this stuff on social media, and I can't not, it's there no matter what. You can only get rid of so many people. And I see that people are constantly repeating the same misinformation, but they're presenting it as fact. And they're telling us how stupid we are. Like now when they're saying the only people that don't want Elon, cutting this and that is the people that were stealing to begin with. And all, it's like, and that's not what he's doing. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's not what he's doing. So when I see that, I say, wow, this person, even if they're not a stupid person, they've listened to the wrong thing. They got the wrong information. But rather than researching it, they're running around and they're presenting it as fact. And they're using it to tell other people they ain't shit. So I get mad. I say things, but I don't know you, Dom. I don't know that you're a stupid guy. I think more often than not, it's not that they're stupid. It's that they're misinformed. But listen, Dom, how do you think they talk to me? All I ever did was I made it clear I didn't like Trump, a long time ago. From that day on, I was called every name in the book by Trump supporters. So you know me. If you talk to me a certain way, I'm going to talk to you back that way. But I've been good. I've spoken about politics precisely twice since the election, and I don't plan on doing it anytime soon. I didn't even really like doing it today, but I get caught up. I'm very passionate about the subject, so we won't have to worry about that. Thank you. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Is Chunky right to an extent that, this channel is not the same as it used to be, and it's drama? Yeah, but it's also addiction and recovery, and every now and then an interview. But they forget all about that. They don't. Nobody. Do you know that not one of my critics has ever said, "Well, listen, the addiction and recovery shows he does them out of the kindness of his heart. He really doesn't, ask for money and doesn't get any." No. I don't get credit for that. You're just an attack channel. No, I'm not. I am a guy who has helped save people's lives. And I don't say that to toot my own horn. I say it because people have emailed me and told me they were on the verge of suicide. They were about to relapse. You can't show me anybody else who's done anything positive. And again, guys, it's been demonstrated time and time again how the money thing works here. Okay. And I'm always learning it the hard way. The bottom line is the money is only there when you're fighting with people. That's it. It just happened again. When I was fighting with SoFlo, even though some days I wasn't making great money, I was making money every day, and it was at least an acceptable amount. Every day during that. And there was 2 or 3 people that hadn't donated in a while and were donating every single day. Since that beef ended, those donations stopped from a couple of people, the 2 specific people, okay? And they've gone down greatly since the end of that beef. So if this was the way you make a living, And listen, whether you think I should make a living this way or not, it's the way I make a living. If this is the way I make a living, what am I supposed to do? Bust my ass bringing you guys interviews and mob shows and everything else for nothing? Or just wait for somebody to fuck with me and then get in a battle with them and make money off of it? Why do you guys think I always say the only way these people could ever put me out of business is if they left me alone? That's it. I sit here and I'm desperate like a crackhead for somebody to start a fight with me because I got nobody to fight with. There's no content. Hey, at least I'm honest. At least I'm honest. No content that's going to make money anyway. I am begging for people to fight with me because I won't start any fights. And they fall into my trap and they do it. Sometimes, it doesn't happen as often as I'd like, but that's just the way it is. It's like anything else. If you are a business and you sell, let's just say 3 different products, okay? And only one of those you make a profit on and actually benefit from selling. Which one are you going to focus more on selling? Which one are you going to say, okay, the other 2, sure, I'll keep them in stock and stuff. People buy them every now and then, but this one product I can't run out of. I got to fucking keep the inventory, okay? Because they can't buy them fast enough. You know what I mean? This is the product they really like. So I'm going to make sure that I focus on selling this one product. Same goddamn fucking thing, whether you want to believe it or not. I've tried interviews, they don't pay. I've tried mob shows, they don't pay. I've tried, a true crime, it doesn't pay. I've tried all types of stuff. Only one thing pays. So that's what I focus on. Dexter, you mean shakes? Yes. Elon definitely confers with Pee-wee. Oh, God, I forget about that stuff sometimes. Yeah, Bobby. And then, listen, I understand. I get mad at people, but I understand, too. Excitement generates revenue. Yes, when people are hyped up and they're enjoying the beef and they're in the chat and they're taking part in it, I understand why they donate more than they would just sitting here listening to me have a Q&A with some fucking movie star. I understand. It's just frustrating to me because no matter what, the same amount of time is being spent on here. You know what I mean? So it's like, you would just like to be paid the same, but I get it. I understand. Boxers hit each other. People buy seats to see the carnage. Internet, no different. You pay for cable, pay for YT, pay for snacks to watch, all the above. Yep, it's true. I know, I understand. I shouldn't even get mad at people. I just do because it's like, God damn it. Like there's stuff I actually do put work into. Really, like those interviews. I fucking, bro, but before I interviewed Vincent Piazza, I studied his filmography. I studied his life story. I knew everything from when he was born to where he grew up to how he got his first role, everything. I watched every movie he ever made. Jersey Boys, The Wannabe, that one where they're stuck in the car. I forget what that's called. Not a great movie. I put a lot of time and effort and I write questions. I write out mad questions so I don't get stuck. Vincent answers a question, stops talking, and then I'm like, duh, 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 duh. And it's like, fuck, man, $40. What the fuck is going on? Peace sells, but who's buying? Bot, who's buying? Yeah. I think you meant to say but. But in this community, I don't know. The Jay Capone video had 80 people. The Annihilation titled stream peaked at 220 viewers. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And I understand. I know watching JC Capone isn't nearly as exciting. It's just frustrating for me because that's the stuff I take pride in. Guys, if I ever wipe out this channel, I'm not wiping out the interviews. I'm wiping out the drama. I don't want my fucking daughter, God forbid I die suddenly and I never get a chance to wipe out this channel. I don't want my daughter looking at these videos or having kids someday and saying, oh yeah, here's your granddad's fucking YouTube channel. It's humiliating. I told you, my people in my personal life don't even know I do this. They don't even know because I don't want them to. I'm not proud of it. I'm not. JC's show last week was inspirational, and that's priceless. Anyone who doesn't think so needs to reassess life. Yeah, I agree, but it is what it is. Stax is the best interviewer on here. Well, there's no doubt he's better than me. Stax is a true Howard Stern type of motherfucker. Bobby Barbarian, thank you for the $10, and you sent 2 of those earlier too. Thank you. All right, guys, I had to get this stuff off my mind. I had to get it off my mind. So I'm glad I did this. Maybe I can sleep now. I was so happy. Me and Shannon were on the couch. We watched the movie tonight called Like Father, Like Son. Good movie. Kind of a serial killer movie. Watch it. It's brand new. We watched that movie, and I was falling asleep during the movie. So I said, baby, I don't want to stay up all night tonight. I could go to sleep right now. So she was like, yeah, fuck it. Let's go to bed. So we got ready. We went to bed. And then I get a fucking text about Chunko talking shit. And I'm like, fuck, man. I said, well, baby, I'm not wasting any time with you. So I'm going to stay in bed with you till you fall asleep. And then I'm going to go do this show. And that's what I did. But guys, do me a favor. And listen, I know why you sent it to me. Unless it's about my family or some threat towards my family or something I need to know, don't tell me about stuff like this. You know, I mean, I don't need to be fighting with people like Chunko. You know what I mean? I don't. When there's real evil motherfuckers out there, I don't need to be fighting with him. When wears his glasses, he becomes Malcolm Stack's advocate for prison reform. Yeah. My brother found out I was on here and I never heard the end of it. Oh, I'm not surprised, bro. I'm not. Like Father, Like Son sounds like a Dexter Morgan spinoff. It's with what's that guy's name? Dermot McDel. What's his name? Like Father, Like Son cast. Like Father, Like Son. Oh, it's gonna give me the old one, not the 2025 one. Oh, Dermot Mulroney. That's his name. It's a really good movie. It's basically about, and I'm not giving anything away here. The father is an extremely violent individual who kills basically a kid, and he gets the death penalty. Well, as his son is growing up, his son notices a violent streak in himself. And even though he hates his father and wants nothing to do with him, his psychiatrist tells him, well, maybe you better get to know your father so you can understand why you are the way you are. And that's what he does. But it doesn't help. You know, he basically becomes a serial killer. So it's a really fucking good movie. It is. Last night we watched one called Grace Point. That was all right. And the next one we're going to watch is Flight Risk with Mark Wahlberg. But that's $20 to rent right now. Fuck that. All right, guys. Listen, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. 121 people at 1 a.m. Not bad. Not bad. I'm going to go now. I'm going to try to go to sleep. So I love you all. And I might see you tomorrow. I might not. I'm honestly just going to play it by ear because I don't really care if I do shows anytime soon. I just don't. So I love you all. And until next time, salute. Wait. Oh, no. That's all good. Yeah. All right. Oh, Flight Risk. Oh. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Good to know. Thanks, guys. I love you all. And until next time, salute.